Welcome to Reality with Kiki. I'm your host, Kiki, and on this channel, we discuss reality TV, celebrity gossip, and viral topics. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you like our content. You can also follow us on our Facebook page. A link will be in the description box below, and we also have it linked in our bio. All right, so Love and Hip Hop Miami. So this episode starts off with Suki in the studio with her manager, her road manager Kelly, and he's pretty much like they're playing music. He's like, "Oh, you don't seem as excited," and she's just like, it's a lot going on, and I feel like we need to bring Tip back in, and she goes into how her mom started taking over with the management role, so Tip kind of fell back, but she likes the ideas and everything that Tips brings to her career, so she want to bring her back. And then Jay Kelly is like, "Oh, we don't really need her," and she's just like, "Well, I like the ideas that she give. I like what she brings, so we're gonna bring her back." So then we switch over to Florence, and she's pretty much getting her salon together. Everything looks good because they're about to have the grand opening. And Gael and their mom come and show up, but they're kind of like waiting around, and they start having a discussion. So Gael is just saying like, I don't really like Marlon. He's been doing a lot. He's been cheating. Um, Florence needs to divorce him. And the mom is like, "Well, I don't know. They have kids." And Gael goes into how her mom is old school Haitian and she doesn't really believe in divorce. And so she, So mom is like, "Well, I don't know if she gets divorced, and basically like if she is taking care of these kids by herself, she's not going to be happy. She's going to be alone." And I'm just like, she's not happy in the present. So why don't you get rid of the thing that's not making you happy, i.e., her husband, and she could go seek happiness elsewhere? Like, why does it have to be the end all be all for this one man who is constantly disrespecting her? I feel like for the mom, and I think Florence has taken on some of this, um, not only is she concerned about being a single mother, but like I think it's more about reputation more than anything. And I'm not gonna save face for a man who doesn't care about our reputation. If marriage is supposed to be a partnership and we both supposed to be in this together, why should it be one sided and for Florence to be constantly working to defend him? So their mom just seems to like look past a lot of what Gael is telling her. So while she's setting up, they go and they speak to Florence, and her mom is like, "Come talk to me. What's going on with you and Marlon? Gael doesn't like him. Come tell me what's going on." And so Florence is just like, "I'm just trying to move past it. Like, we're okay." She doesn't really want to get into it with her mother. So Gael comes over and is like, "Well, no, like, what's going on? Let's talk about it because, he touched my butt." And I think that was a way for her to inform her mother, like, also, he touched my butt. And their other sister comes over and it's like, "Yeah, he did the same to me." And there just seems to be like no reaction. Like, mom doesn't have a reaction. Florence is like getting upset at them. Like, "This is before my grand opening. Why are you doing this right now?" And it's like, okay, I understand that on one hand, but you have this energy for them, but the person who is actually doing wrong, your husband, it feels like you don't have the same energy for him. So then the grand opening of the beauty bar finally happens. There's like a big turnout. There's like reporters there. She's getting, press, doing interviews. And then Marlon shows up with all these flowers for her. And she pulls him to the side and is just like, we not good, right? And I'm just sitting there like, first of all, you always mad about like people telling you stuff at the wrong time. So like, did you really think that this was the time? One, two. I don't even know what the point of you telling him that is because you are not going anywhere. From the looks of it, you're not gonna leave him. He's still gonna do what he does. So what was the purpose of you even saying that? Okay, so we move on to Trina. She's doing a photo shoot. She showed up 3 hours late, and her manager is trying to rush her because they only have the photographer for a limited amount of time, and the sun is going down, and they're supposed to be shooting outside. So she's getting upset because like you told me the wrong time, and her management has really been dropping the ball. Like they are not making sure the right people are getting called. Like Trick, making sure Trick is showing up to the right events. They're giving her the wrong call times, telling her, not telling her the right things to bring that she needs to wear to certain things. It's just really a mess and all over the place. So her manager brings or pulls her boyfriend aside because I think her boyfriend, I don't know, he helps her manage a lot, like as far as like being an assistant and making sure she gets to places. So he's a part of her team and he pulls him to the side. Now, apparently Trina has been dating this boy for a while now, but I'm trying to figure out where she got him from. Like, where you get this young boy from, Trina, and what you doing with him? Because she been in a few high profile relationships, and obviously things didn't work out. So maybe she trying to try something different. But I'm like, girl. Anyway, he pulls him aside, and he's just like, kind of is just like, how do you deal with her? Like, we need you to make sure she's getting places on time. You're the only person who can calm her down. And I'm just like, how are you trying to lean on the boyfriend for that when like y'all can't even tell her the right time of where she needs to show up to something? And I'm sure that like that carries over to like business relationships because the people who are hiring her to perform at an event or for a photo shoot or whatever are going to be looking at her like she's unprofessional, she's a diva, she can't do anything correctly because y'all keep messing up. Everything is overlapping or not the right time. And now she does go off a lot, she be spazzing out, but she apparently is under a lot of stress. She be stressed out. So like y'all gotta get something right. Cause it just seemed like thing after thing, it's always a problem every time she has something to do. There is a problem. All right, so I'm gonna start this part off by saying like I'm trying to not look at their situation with a judgmental lens just because I don't know, things seem a little fake to me just because of the nonsense that went on prior to this season premiering. So with Ace and Sheila, I remember he was trying to say that like his baby mother was keeping the kids away from him, and Sheila was kind of perpetuating it, like they were kind of egging it on like this is something that was true. Even like the shade room had it on their site, and his the mother of his children like came out and like told her side of the story, and I believed her. Like what she was saying made complete sense. And she's just like, that's a lie. Like I've never kept the kids from him. I don't even get child support. Like I pay for everything. I orchestrate everything. And the moment that she's just like, you know what? Like I'm not gonna do it. Like you do it. You want to see them? You pay for their tickets so that they can come and see you. He didn't do it, and now you're trying to turn around and saying that she's keeping the kids from you. And she's like, that has never been the case. And don't do that. Don't do that. And a majority of the people are inclined to believe them because of their presence on social media. Like everybody loves Ace and Sheila. They're just like this zen couple. Like, we like good energy. We work out together. We do yoga, all of these different things. But I was like, I see right through it. So anyway, Sheila goes and sees her coach, and she's just discussing how she feels like everything is always about Ace. Her needs are not being, I don't want to say met, but like her concerns being are not being heard, and everything that has to do with Ace and the people that he loves come first. So one of the examples that she brought up was the fact that, like, one year he didn't send or forgot to send something for his mother on Mother's Day, and she sent his mother flowers. Like, she did everything, and his mother texted her and was like, you need to tell Ace to get his money back. I know that he didn't get these. He didn't pick these out because the one he sends are usually bigger and better. Now, I will say, Blondie, that was rude. And had it been me, I would have cussed you out. But she kind of just took it and didn't say anything about it. So even though Ace and Sheila's credibility is shot to me because of the baby mama and shade room drama, I believe that this situation with Blondie happened just because of their actual interactions on the show thus far. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and be like, I think that Sheila is innocent. And, she talks about how she has anxiety a lot. But when they had the Mother's Day brunch, she pretty much just ignored Blondie. Like, I don't even know if she said hi to her. And that was kind of rude. You paying his mother dust, and you said whoever is important to him is important to you. So, like, his mother ain't going nowhere. And honestly, like, I feel like she shuts down a lot, especially if the conversation is not going in the direction that she wants it to. But it's like a person with the personality that Blondie has, like, you have to make a person like that respect you. So you got to give her that same energy. And although, you want all this positive energy and all of these things and self-awareness, just like, I feel like no matter how much therapy you go to, she ain't gonna change, and she's an older woman, so you gotta get down and dirty if she getting down and dirty. If she being disrespectful, then you gotta be disrespectful. And I know you don't want to cause disruption in your marriage, but like, if you feel like he's not gonna check her, then you gonna have to. But shutting down or just avoiding her is not the way to go. So Sheila goes on to say, like, she puts Ace before her own self. She puts his needs before her own. And, that comes with the territory, being with the industry that he's in. And she just puts everybody before herself, like, even just like his family and his kids. Now, that part I'm going to have to question, because when baby mama went live after she was trying to clear her name after y'all lied on her, she talked about how the kids would tell her, like, every time they would go and visit him, Sheila go in the room, she closed the door. She's on Instagram and YouTube. She doing her own thing. She not really interacting with the kids. Now, I believe the kids, because what reason would they have to lie on her? Why would they lie about that? So which part is the truth? I don't know, but moving on. So Suki is having a photo shoot. They discussed this at the beginning of the episode. She was telling Jay Kelly she wanted to have a live tiger, all these different things. So they get the tiger, they're doing a photo shoot. And I don't even know why this was even authorized, because, Tiger King showed up with the tiger, and this tiger was trying to eat her. Okay. The tiger was hungry. So I don't even know if they got any shots with the tiger or any good shots, because that tiger almost immediately was like growling and trying to come near her. She getting scared. You the one who came up with the idea, Pooh. So anyway, Tip is there. She's kind of watching and like shaking her head at the whole thing. And Suki takes a break, and Tip and Jay Kelly kind of get into it, because Tip starts running it down. Like, why would y'all do this? Like, this is a liability. Like, the tiger trying to eat the artist. What is going on? She also gets into how, like, Suki is putting out her own music. She's like, she don't have a label deal. What are y'all doing? Like, who is really managing and protecting her, because she's getting into fights, right? Like, she needs to be traveling with security. Like, your career is now on a different level. Like, this, it's like you can't carry yourself like you used to before when you were just, on social media. Like, now you doing a whole lot more. You have to protect yourself. And she just like, she out here doing OnlyFans. It's just a hot mess. And Suki gonna do what she wanna do, right? It doesn't matter what they tell her and tell her what to do and what not to do. But it seems like when Tip is speaking and talking to her, she listens to a lot of what she has to say, because had I been here, things wouldn't be like this. Things would be a little bit more different. Tip seems more professional and seems to know a little bit more about the business than the people that Suki has been having on her team thus far. And Tip also talks about how she got Suki the cameo in Cardi's WAP video, which I'm like sure is like extra great exposure for her. And they just really don't come to a conclusion in this scene. So I guess we'll have to wait to see what happens next. All right, so the way this episode ends, this scene is a little bit weird, and it's kind of hard to decipher like the true feelings or intent behind the conversation. So Ace and Sheila go to like this, I don't know, garden place. They're looking at plants, and Sheila is excited to be there because she see all these plants that she's been wanting. So they start to have a conversation, because she is like, I visited my coach and I was kind of just going over how maybe she feels underappreciated, unappreciated. She feels like Ace's needs are put before hers, and that the situation with his mother is not getting any better. And she carries a lot of the load in the household. So when she finished talking, Ace is immediately like, I respectfully disagree. Like, it's not just one sided with my mother, but also I feel like I help to carry some of the load in the household. And they kind of have like this weird tension, but they like whatever anger or feelings that they have, it's not being expressed. And it's like immediately they're like, we're done here. Sheila's like, can you take the mic off of me? Um, it's like this nervous smile on her face. It's just the whole scene that had weird energy. I don't know. It's like they didn't want to express how they truly felt. And it seems like they made a pact. So like they made a pact. We're not going to expose each other on this show. We're not going to show anger on this show. We're not going to get into arguments on this show so that people can talk about us. And I don't know how long you'll last on a show like Love and Hip Hop with that. Um, it doesn't really make for good reality TV if you're holding back and not really being transparent. It seems a little surface level with them. I don't know. Maybe we'll see more later. But right now, it's not really giving. I don't know. You guys let me know down in the comments how you felt about this episode, and I will speak to you next time.